Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Jerry Jones projected to cost Cowboys $56 million in Micah Parsons negotiations. Micah Parsons has a good chance to become the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history, and those odds increase the longer the Dallas Cowboys wait to get a deal done. ESPN's Adam Schefter predicted on June 17 that Parsons will ink such a deal, which means at least $40 million annually, the total that the Cleveland Browns paid defensive end Myles Garrett earlier this offseason. Parsons is eligible to sign an extension now, heading into his fifth NFL season on a team option worth $24 million. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reported in May that the holdup between Parsons and the Cowboys is the length of the deal, per Bleacher Report. Parsons is only 26 and can certainly command a 4-year extension. However, given Rappaport's reporting, it's clear the outside linebacker wants 5 years, which would add a considerable amount of guaranteed money. Spotrac's most recent projection for Parsons is $145 plus million on a 4-year deal, which puts his annual average salary in the range of $36.3 million. The Cowboys are more likely to win the battle of years if they pony up and pay Parsons now, which would lock him up through 2029. Dallas also has a better chance of keeping Parsons' annual salary below the historic $40 million mark by giving him the long-term security he seeks right away. But Jerry Jones has been stubborn about handing out big contracts, a point of criticism directed at the Cowboys owner from NFL analysts like Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk, particularly in the case of quarterback Dak Prescott. Gary Davenport of Bleacher Report predicted on Sunday, July 13, that Jones will make the same costly error with Parsons that he did with Prescott, waiting too long to sign a long-term agreement. Based on Davenport's projection against that of Spotrac, Jones will cost the franchise more than $56 million in total by ultimately paying Parsons $201.5 million on a 5-year contract. NFL Insider calls Cowboys wide receivers duo a nightmare for opponents. If everything goes as good as it possibly could for the Dallas Cowboys in 2025, it probably means wide receiver George Pickens is on another team in 2026. That's not necessarily a bad thing. In the scenario in which Pickens ends up on another team 1 year from now, the good scenario, it's because he upped his play to such a level that he showed he can be a team's clear wide receiver 1 option. That would likely put him out of the Cowboys' price range. Dallas already has the NFL's number 2 highest paid wide receiver and perennial NFL All-Pro CeeDee Lamb, who signed a 4-year, $136 million contract extension in August 2024. Until Pickens can show he's elite, we might be in for quite a treat watching the Cowboys this season after they traded with the Pittsburgh Steelers for Pickens on May 7. Let's step into the shoes of an NFC East defensive coordinator about to face the Cowboys this season and see where it takes us. First off, the last time you faced the Cowboys, the quarterback was backup Cooper Rush and not NFL All-Pro Dak Prescott, who missed 9 games in 2024 with a hamstring injury. Prescott can make all the throws Rush couldn't. Second, how are the running backs? If the combination of Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and rookie Jaden Blue can Frankenstein themselves into what resembles a competent running game, then you have to respect the play action. This is the biggest question mark. Then there's the offensive line. They're elite. Your defensive line is hoping for a stalemate on most occasions, but they could easily get mauled up front by Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and rookie Tyler Booker. Want to stop the passing game? Tight end Jake Ferguson was a Pro Bowler in 2023 and struggled without Prescott. He should be back to being elite in 2025. The final boss is Lamb and Pickens. Through his first 5 seasons, Lamb is a 3-time NFL All-Pro and 3-time Pro Bowler with 4 consecutive seasons of over 1,100 receiving yards and 38 receiving touchdowns. In 2024, Lamb had 101 receptions for 1,194 yards and 6 touchdowns despite missing 2 games due to injury and not having Prescott for 9 games. Pickens has at least 800 receiving yards in each of his first 3 seasons, including a career-high 1,194 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023. In 2024, he had 59 receptions for 900 yards and 3 touchdowns in 14 games. Good luck trying to stop all of that. Dallas Cowboys trade for Mozzie Smith replacement rumor teased. The Dallas Cowboys were one of the NFL's worst run defenses during their disappointing 7-10 season in 2024. This problem is no secret. That is why, among much more activity than last offseason, Dallas has addressed the concern by promptly re-signing Osa Odighizuwa, acquiring multiple free agents on the defensive line, and picking 2 defensive tackles in the NFL draft. Plus, if this week has told us anything in the George Pickens trade, it is that Jerry Jones' Cowboys have shown they are not afraid to talk around. Dallas has executed 4 trades this offseason, so far. Pro Football Focus Mason Cameron expects the trend of attacking run defense to continue on the trade market. One hypothetic he wrote is Dallas pursuing DJ Reader, a defensive tackle on the Detroit Lions. Dallas hasn't been afraid to leverage future draft capital this offseason and should consider monitoring another opportunity, Cameron wrote. The Lions' DJ Reader has been considered a cut candidate and could fit in nicely with the Cowboys, whether through a trade or a post-release signing. Reader boasts a 91st percentile PFF run defense grade over the past 3 seasons. The Cowboys are expected to roll out former first-round pick Mozzie Smith next to Odighizuwa on the inside of the line, with 340-pound rookie Jay Toya fighting for reps. Although Smith has been a letdown in his first 2 seasons, we don't imagine Reader would be much of an improvement. Reader has seen a major decline in production since suffering knee and quad injuries over the last few years. Now entering his 10th NFL season at the age of 30, it's hard to be confident in his health, especially at defensive tackle where team success hinges on depth and availability at that spot. If he is released, that becomes a more believable option if Dallas can use some of their $30 million of cap space to get him at a veteran minimum. Reader, however, is coming off a career year and is giving the Lions a tough decision to make on whether they trade, cut or keep him. Last season he got a career-high 3 sacks to go with 23 total tackles and 4 tackles for loss.